Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Brian Mays. It's an investigation of a former president like we've never seen before. According to an unsealed search warrant, the FBI found 11 sets of classified records at former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida back on Monday. Federal agents are investigating the former president for potential violations of 3 different federal laws. According to court papers released today, some of those documents were labeled top secret, others labeled sensitive compartmented information, a special category for the nation's most important secrets. Authorities say if documents labeled sensitive compartmented information were to be released, it could cause exceptionally grave danger to the United States interests. Trump claims the documents at Mar-a-Lago were all declassified. Now, while we wait to hear what the next steps for prosecutors will be, one expert tells KVUE's Mike Maroot the former president held onto those state secrets for far too long.
According to UT professor Jeremi Suri, the FBI finding top secret documents in former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home is different and far worse than the Watergate scandal under Richard Nixon.
What we have here instead is material that relates to the highest national security concerns for the United States.
According to the search warrant, federal agents went looking for nuclear weapon information among the documents in the estate. While the information may not be immediately usable by enemies, it's still sensitive.
Most of the information is not a recipe code that someone else could use to recreate or even undermine our system, but it provides people with clues we don't want them to have about how our nuclear weapons work, about what kinds of technology we have.
Suri added it's kind of like giving someone your old password. It may not be accurate, but it gives someone an idea of how your new password might be structured.
These breadcrumbs could be enormously valuable to a foreign intelligence agency in Moscow, in Beijing, in Riyadh, that's trying to understand how our nuclear weapons are structured, how our defense posture works, how command and control works.
Part of the search warrant used by the FBI cited possible violations under the Espionage Act, which Suri noted is significant too.
We have never had a former president charged under the Espionage Act. Again, this is the same piece of legislation used to convict spies.
Now let's talk more about what's actually in the Espionage Act. That law deals with more than just traditional quote-unquote spying. It's pretty broad. The Espionage Act was passed in 1917 after the U.S. entered World War I. It has to do with, quote, gathering, transmitting, or losing defense information, end quote. It's been used to prosecute U.S. spy cases in the past, but in more recent years, it's been used against suspected national security leakers. Some of the more notable cases it's been used in are ones against former Army Private Chelsea Manning, former NSA contractors Edward Snowden, and Reality Winner. Again, Brian, the former president has maintained that the documents involved were all declassified. He also said that they were in secure storage at Mar-a-Lago.
Mike Maroot live for us in the studio tonight. Mike, thank you. You can read more about the FBI's investigation, including those unsealed records, on our website. That, of course, is KVUE.com.